All right. Test. Test, test, test. Test. Just checking the sound. What's going on, everybody? Thank you for coming in to the final broadcast from our beloved home. Let me just get this stuff worked out. All right. Let me just put a little something on that might be familiar to you that give us about a minute and a half to get some more people in here. Let me just share the screen. Go down here. Boom. All right. Let's see how many people we got in the house. We got 73 people in the house. All right. Let me figure. Oh, wait a minute. Let me get the thing back. Sorry about that. Yeah, I've been haven't really been sleeping. I only slept 2 hours last night, but yeah, this is a great occasion. A lot of times we look at the old saying, with every ending there's a new beginning. We've been here in this our first home. It would be almost right at 2 years. So what's that? 104 weeks. We're probably at about 102. So it's been a hell of a 2 years for all of us. This big COVID thing's been out there. So many other things to distract us have been going on. Externally on the global level, but also so much for all of us on a personal internal level. And I think that's a great thing. I think we're all starting to see the, reap the rewards, so to speak, of all the work that we've done. And I think we need to keep that in mind. Sometimes we forget to pat ourselves on the back, thinking that might be something unvirtuous, but it's really not. I mean, we deserve to give credit to those. We give credit to others, and we don't always give it to ourselves. Do you know where you're going? No, I don't. Does anybody? That was our dear sister Xana. Yeah. Do you know where you're going? No, I don't know where I'm going. Let me just fill you in on what's going on with that, just so everybody has a clear understanding, or at least as clear as I can make it anyway. So I had a new owner took over from when Morgan and I leased this place in June of 2020. All right. And so we had somebody come in January, and we just we had a big to do. And I just knew energetically, no matter what was presented or what I was getting a premonition about, when the ownership change occurred, I told Morgan, I said, I think I'm going to have to leave. And so I was right about that. And so as we, both of us said, okay, let's do this, let's do that. I just kept getting, put the stuff in storage and sit and wait for directions like so many of us get. Go do this, go do that, and wait, and we'll tell you what to do next once you get that accomplished. So tomorrow I'll have all of our stuff put into storage, and then I'll be just, I'll probably go get a hotel for a couple of nights and start to figure out what's next, or be open to receiving what's next. There's a lot of changes. This is a big change for Soulogy. Let me give you a little bit of the backdrop. It's why there's so much synchronicity in the air. Soulogy, my life, your life, all of these things are, if we look at it, we're paralleling the collective energy. But in 2011, many people might know this that tune in, but in 2011 on May the 30th, which is today, by the way, at 1:11 in the morning, is when I really had my on the linear timeline, when I had my wake up, and Jesus came in the trees, and I've put posts up about that, and done videos about that, and so on. But the importance is when it happened. It happened on May the 30th. It also, on May the 30th, I put I didn't plan this, but I didn't even know this, to be honest with you, but the very first video ever from Sology in the linear timeline was on May 30th, 2015. And I would do 4 videos between May and the end of August. And they were all short, and they were just me, like 1 to 4 minutes long. And then about a week before Morgan and I connected on the linear timeline, I made the first longer video, and then it went on from there. So the videos, they evolved from spirit walks and, reading to music and freestyling to music. And we did probably about, maybe 1,000 videos. I know we did 400 in the first 9 months. And then, of course, like I said, a week after I did the first one, I met Morgan officially in the physical, in this incarnation. And because there obviously is a very long history there. Much of it was given to us. So when the story of Soulogy is told, it really can't be told by the linear timeline, because things occurred prior to us meeting on September 3rd, 2015 at 3:33 in the morning. But for the first 3 to 4 months, we always really talked. We always stayed connected from the very beginning, but we talked a lot about the things that we talk about on this show. And a lot of our conversations were just like the show. And both of us kind of said, boy, wouldn't that be cool if we could put this type of conversation, not meaning it has to be us, but if we could put this conversation, it was actually her statement, if you could put this type of conversation out there. Well, one of the things that Morgan put out there in 2009, I believe, this would be 10 years into her communion and awakening. She told the universe, I would love to have a place where everybody can gather and share their experiences, their skills and abilities. And then we met, and then we were talking for 3 or 4 months, and we're having these conversations. And she says, that it's not just about you. Maybe you should start talking to people, on the air. And so I did. And we did from, I would say 2016 and 17, 2016, 2017, and half of 2018. We did about 300 videos, 300 Soul Speaks 5Ds. And then she came back over for the second time. That's the summer we got married. And she came in and said, look, if we're going to do this, let's do this. And we started doing 80, 90, 100 lives, Soul Speak 5Ds every month for several months. I mean, this went on for a long time. We averaged well over 75, 78 shows a month. So we went from doing our 400th show in the summer of 2018 to being at about 3,400, 3,450 now. Sology's done about probably close to 5,000 videos of some sort or another. And of course, most of those are the Soul Speaks 5D. Like I said, there's about 3,400 of them. And that's where we've come to today on this very special day. Now, a year ago, back to this date, I'm at Soulogy Fest. And Morgan had just went back to Australia. That's very significant. And we're on the heels of, and that's really my main priority. Once I get everything moved into the storage unit tomorrow, and I'm going to make sure just like in the old days when I didn't have a house and I was working out of a suitcase, and even when Morgan was with me, we would just be going from one place to another. We always made sure that we had good internet, so we would keep the show going. So we're going to keep doing that. That's the main priority. The second one is to solidify the Soulogy Fest that's going to occur on the 23rd, 24th, and 25th of September. And I look to see that really will be announced, which will be well over 100 days in advance. So it's plenty of time. Arkansas is a very cheap place where we're going to have it, around the Fort Smith area. And I think we're going to see a lot of people there. I'm hoping we see as many as 300 people. I'm going to design it on 300 people. And last year we designed it on 100, and that's what we got. And so I think we got a good chance of doing that. Okay, some people are asking, like, are you going to go to Australia? Where are you going? Right now, we're working on her getting over here. The papers are in immigration. We have a really great attorney, powerful attorney from New York City that's helping us, who came through us through a very special individual by the name of Louis Machi. Louis Machi is very special to us to Sology, because I'm talking back in 2014, back before any videos were ever made, when it was all just words and memes. Louis Machi was probably one of the top 5 or the oldest 5 supporters of Sology. There's a few others, Terry Willett, that have been around a long time. But anyway, he put us in touch with somebody, and it's really helped us a lot. We're hoping that we just don't know what's going to happen in immigration or how long it's going to take. But we have complete faith that it'll all work out. I can't leave the country right now. I've got some things something I would have to address before I could leave, based on the existing matrix structure as it stands. But won't get into all that. I mean, right now, what we're understanding is, of course, we're all familiar with the whole non-attachment thing. And, the guidance has been put everything in storage. And I should tell you that about 15 months ago, a couple of months before Morgan went back to Australia, we were sitting downstairs and she just out of nowhere said, "I just saw all of our stuff in storage." I know Morgan very well after almost 7 years in the physical. And, of course, etherically and soul-wise, I know her very deeply. And I can tell, I'm very familiar with her different frequencies. And when she said that, I had this vision. It's probably been a handful of times, 12 times, maybe 15 times that she's had that type of vision, and they're very powerful. I recognize them from a soul level, and I knew that there was some truth to it. We were talking about, oh, well, maybe it was a metaphor or this or that, but now, as time went on, I knew it. In fact, I got the same vision like 6 or 8 weeks ago. So, the understanding is that we have completed this phase, and if I look at Sology, there's 2 phases, really. There's the original studio where Morgan and I met, and we began the relationship 1 week after the very first long video that I did. And then, of course, there was a lot of traveling. This was our second studio, and I now think we'll move on to to something else in time that will be just as the second one was bigger and better than the first one, then, the next one will be as well. But the importance of this leg of it is, I think, really indicative of what's going on worldwide, which is the balance of the masculine and the feminine working in unison. No bullshit, no cliches, no pretty words, just the truth. And Sology is founded on the relationship and connection of the masculine and feminine. And it's not about Todd, it's not about Morgan, but we happen to be the facilitators, the initial facilitators, and our relationship is an embodiment of in the physicality of that, beyond the words. And like we all know, as we're all finding out more and more every day, who we channel and what we transmit and what we download and how many activations we get and who we were in a past life or whatever the hell else we can do, skills and abilities, none of it matters unless the human's in alignment and the human is given an equal seat at the circular table of spirituality. And so that's what the foundation of Sology is. And that's the type of energy that has expanded in this vortex. And it is a vortex. It is a vortex in every moment, whether we know it, because from a multidimensional standpoint, it is. So it's just, grown and grown and grown. We're on different platforms. So we're kind of under the radar. If you look at, any given platform, you might see, a couple thousand views and that's not that much, but if you add them all up together, it's pretty substantial. And we have a very high percentage of engagement every week. And I'm just giving you this information just, for your own understanding. We reach over 2 million people a month. And what that means is that they see us on their device. And about 22 to 24% of those engage us. So we have well over 500,000 engagements a month if you add all the numbers up together. And in the last 30 days, we've had an unexplainable, unusual, because our growth has always been just, very steady and deliberate, nothing, crazy. But here recently, it's just kind of gone like that in the last 30 days. And it's not due to any particular show that we've done. It's just there's something going on. And I think it's indicative of what's going on everywhere. And I think everybody's starting to feel it. But yeah, let me just get back to and conclude what I was saying. It's founded. I don't know if a lot of people may not know the story, but when she came over in 2018, when, we decided let's really do this, it was about 3 or 4 days into the visit. And at that time we would connect like we would do at night, but we would do it every afternoon, or we started doing it every afternoon, and we put our hands together, and there was a bunch of other, wild, divine stuff happening. We had many episodes, but one of the first things that happened was we were having an afternoon connection, and Sology actually came in. The consciousness of Sology actually came in. Told us that it had been birthed, told us that we were the caretakers, that there would be many aunties and uncles that would come, and that basically it was its own consciousness and it would work with us in the Trinity, in the Triad. And showed us a golden tree, which is the actual design of what you see on that video logo that we used to play at the beginning of the show, the one that I played here. It was a golden tree bearing golden fruit, and here we go. So, I thought it would be, it came to me last night that it would be a good idea to do a broadcast like this. One broadcast involving everybody, just doing it spontaneously, and we're going to jump into some other stuff here in a second. and so I got that last night, or yesterday afternoon, and I was like, is that, one of those things like, am I tired? Am I supposed to do that? I went and looked at the computer. It was 3:33. There had already been a bunch of synchronicities anyway, and I'm like, okay, I got to do this. So I put the post out, and but I think it's important because not only is it marking, a transition into a new phase, but I think the reason it's important, or one of the reasons it's important, is because it is an indicator of what's happening collectively. The more that we share our stories, the more that we share them with the only agenda, per se, being that we all want to grow and expand and see our experience become better and better and better, as many of us have downloaded and foresaw based on what we've been given through communion and connection and just through intuition. It's an amazing time to be on the earth. The crazy stuff that's out there, or what we used to think was just crazy and horrific and ridiculous and obvious and all that stuff, just seems to be dying down, regardless of how it's presented in mainstream or whatever, or even in our communities where people get charged and they start projecting and taking sides. It's just not sticking anymore. And I think the power of people sharing their stories, Morgan and I feel, and I know many people would concur, the power of people coming out and speaking in a safe environment where they're supported and not judged, where they can move past the point of embarrassment or self-consciousness and actually be in a space where they can express their throat chakra, which is so vital, maybe the most significant part of our journey that we share here. We've seen many people do it over the years on the show. It's powerful. There's so much code in between the words, in the frequency, in the vibration, in the illumination, and I believe that's our greatest strength is to just it's just to continue to do that. So I'm going to put the link to come into the studio. Anybody that wants to come into the studio, that would like to spend, about 5 minutes, 5, 7, maybe 10 minutes max. If you want to come in and do some light language, if you want to come in and just talk about something real quick, I'd like to just get, a bunch of people coming in here, and just have I think I can hold 4 people, 3 people on the screen and 1 in the green room. And so I'll just keep it going, and we can just kind of share some time together and probably go about another hour to an hour and a half. So I'll put the link up, and let me just find it. That'll be the first thing I need to do, and I'll put it up. Let's see, copy. Okay, so I'm going to put it on Facebook, and I'm going to put it on the YouTube as well. Paste. Okay, there's 1. And if I don't answer right away, just hang on. Just hang on. Don't go anywhere. So let me put it on to YouTube, because I'm going to do something to work the bugs out myself. I'm nervous. I'm a little bit emotional, and I can feel this gathering. I can feel everybody. I mean, everybody's here. It feels like with the same intention, and I don't know. It just feels like a special moment. So I need to chill. All right, here we go. I'm trying to put it on YouTube. If it'll let me. There it goes. Okay, so I put it on my page on Facebook and on YouTube. And if you want to come in and spend a few minutes and just talk or whatever you might want to do. And if I see you, Delia, and I'm going to bring you on. I'm going to bring y'all on in order. I'm going to allow that to kind of marinate for a second, and I'm going to do something here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just drop this down just a bit. and just work a little soul speak and kind of get myself together. A conscious colored energy hailing from the other side, alternating currency, healing frequencies alive. A pleasing demons lost and found, pains of angels, thorns are crowns, light vessels, white, black, red, yellow, brown. A self-inflicted burden spark, healing freakish tendencies, finally found the mark, coded neath these dependencies. A sip and swallow just the same, yin-yang vow of consistency. Come on baby, play the game, pop the vein, spirit of serenity. Blessed by fierce sound epiphany, fatal dreams found to lose earth, faith and an anomaly, dirt shine, diamond blind, every card coming, S is one kind. Journey to divinity, shedding skins and conditioned sins, erasing false realities, a journey of extremities, a chaos in the harmonies, finite to infinities, postulated possibilities. Freedom is fearless, and it's free. A spaceless time and timeless spaces, fought the light, found the dark, the holy places. I beat the hell alive for me. I flip the screen and change the script. Triple beam trinity full flip. Tetrahedron DNA blueprint. A sacred geometric cabal back a trick enough to make you sick. I feel the poor and feed the rich. But now my friends, we got this bitch. I said now my friends, we got this shift. A sovereign sea of soup. Surrender can erase. Tap your heels, Dorothy, standing room only is the holiest place. I take the mask off, seize the world's face, surrender to embrace, search without a trace. All be gone, set that silent, not empty space. Mind's heart, spirit, the I am soul. It's not what you think, it's always been what you known. And I forgot the rest of the words, and we got two people waiting. All right, I feel a little bit looser now. So let me turn that off. Thank you for letting me share that. All right, let's see. We got a couple of people in the house. Let's. So I put the links up. So anybody on YouTube, I think you'll be able to see it on there. Facebook, it might go off the page. So anybody that can copy and paste that, so we can have people. If you want to come on for a few minutes, I can hold, I think, 3 people on screen, and I might just bring one on at a time, and I can hold, I think, a total of 5 people in the green room. So if the phone rings and nobody answers, just, or if it's ringing and nobody answers, just hang on, and we'll get through it. All right, so here we go with the first one. Who's this? Delia, what's happening?
Hey.
What's going on with you?
What is not going on? I just want to say I am so grateful for this platform. Truly is and amazing. And without this platform, I would not connect it to so many people and find Soul Tribe. So I am grateful. And I wanted to share a small poem.
Okay.
Lumen de Lumine. Bathing, taking the breath in the light of the stars. Lumen de Lumine. Bathing, taking the breath of the light of the sun. Lumen de Lumine. Bathing, taking the breath of the light of the moon, dancing the harnessing of the sun. Lumining de Lumine. Shimmers ever swimming in the dancing in the frequency. Glittering, twinkling in the light evermore in the conscious of the divine. Lumen de Lumine. In each and every breath of the energy of joy, faith, encoded and anchored in your being. The resilient human, the resilient spirit, the resilient heart. the resilient soul. That is all it shall always be in the power of the divine love. Human of love, spirit of love, and heart of all unconditional love. Soulless love, lumen illumine. Luminous ones are within us.
Wow. Was that a download?
Yeah, I guess this is something I've actually shared before in on here.
I thought I recognized it. I thought I recognized it. Here, let me put the link back up. A couple
So
of people,
it's been
hang on. A couple of people called in and they hung up. Just don't hang up. I'll bring you on. Okay. What were you going to say?
it's just been coming up again. It's been coming up and then kind of pulled me back into it. And it just feels very at this moment, the energy of what we've been going through this entire month, like the initiations of practicing all the tools that we've been learning, anchoring within ourselves as well as integrating. So it's a ton. And for all those that are out there still doing the 3D stuff, continue doing what you're doing. Follow the inner guidance and know that whenever you're going, you're also doing energetic work because reality, we are the new grid.
Mm-hmm.
And in this pillars and energy that we're connecting, we are transforming. We're not putting things onto other people. We're just simply being and allowing and having no judgment onto others. So I wanted to say that, and I'll sign out with some language so you can have other people. Ushantua harama ante asantua ashinte tetia santi ashinto totoama anate. Osantua santi etishia totoa hara ante tetisi shutua maa. Hantua sontua senti ashintu ahatia sototua maatu sototua e. Osontua sontua shantua hatateen ushua ususo ama hantua e. Shushoa a. Oshoshoa hatu sontua na anato sontua e. Love you so much, and I'm so thankful.
Love you
that
too. You have
we have so many people.
I know you have a different look in your eyes.
I know. It's actually I've been looking at my eyes.
Something's
getting clear. Something's definitely changing, and I'm seeing things slowly making a shift in the body. Who knows?
Wow.
Maybe I'll end up having that.
That
finally
thing.
come out.
Somebody sent me a thing on that from Aleister Crowley's tarot card deck, which is actually pretty good. And but anyway, they sent me one of the cards has that thing on it. Yeah. Hey Delia, I appreciate it. I just want everyone to know too. Delia's. I met Delia and Sarah. Hang on, I see you there. I'm going to pull you up in a second. And there's somebody else. Sarah and Terry, both hang on a second. Just 1 second. Actually, I can bring them on. I can do that. I can bring them on. I can just, they can just, here we go. Okay, so who's the one that's dark? Oh, Terry. Terry doesn't have a camera. Can you hear me, Terry? Terry.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, hang on 1 second. Let me finish with Delia. Delia, I used to do the shows out of Zoom for a long time, and she would only go into Zoom, and it just said Delia from outer space. And so one day I said, hey, why don't you come on the show? And then she's always been, like so many people, like just plugged in. She's been Sology. Because it's not me, it's not Morgan. It's really not. I'm not just saying that. But anyway, so she's been an integral part of Sology. We did a weekly show for a while with some others, and she's just always very supportive. And I just want to tell everybody up front, in the open, how much, you do for Sology. And I love you. And thank you.
I love you too, brother. Of course, always.
I'll see you the next time. Terry. What Terry is that?
Hey.
Is that Terry Willette?
Terry Willette.
Oh my God, Terry Willette. Okay, I'll let you. It's good to see you. And I hope to see you in September too. By the way, again, this woman drove from Maine to Sedona to come to the Soulogy Fest, and I've known her since 2014. I've known her. Terry Willette. Terry, you there? Terry? Oh, she fall out? Hang on, let me check the. Guest has muted themselves. Oh, unmute yourself, Terry. You muted yourself. Unmute yourself, Terry. You see a mute button? Somehow you muted yourself. There should be a little volume icon. Terry. You might try. It's muted on the app, not on your phone. You want to try just going out and coming back in? I'll pull you back up. It won't be muted when you come back in. Sarah Adams, what's going on? Known you a long time too. Yeah.
Hi.
What's happening?
I got thrown off on my computer, so I'm like, okay, I'm going to persevere and get my phone. So how are you, Todd? Congratulations on all these amazing broadcasts. I mean, I remember October 2018 when I reached out to you and Morgan, and you were just so welcoming and loving. And I just wish you guys all the best. If Terry comes back, go ahead and pop over there. You can pop back to me.
Okay. We'll come back to you.
Yeah.
Terry?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we can hear you now. We can hear you now. You take over.
I just wanted to share my heart with everyone here and with you and Morgan Lee. Thank you so very much for this platform. I'm sitting here in the pitch black dark with no power. So that's why my cell phone is getting kind of low. I just had to share my heart and my love. And I believe that with all these things that are taking place on this earth plane, this is why we came here. This is why we're here. This is why I came 412 lives ago for this very time on this earth plane. Not to mention all the other places. But and I think our hearts are opening wide. We're coming into who we really truly are, which is love.
Yeah.
And I just surround you with love. And I pray, I've put out to the universe to be there in September. And I trust and allow, surrender. It's all we can do.
You will. You'll be here.
Yes. Yeah.
You'll
From
be
hell
here.
or high water.
Terry's like, I don't know. Almost like I wouldn't say, like a mother's sister, but more mother to me. Like, I don't know. Like I used to drop a lot of F-bombs, and I would actually think about Terry and a couple other people like Terry and be like, oh my God, I shouldn't be saying F all the time.
Oh
but,
my goodness. Well, I use the word now and then. It's no big deal.
Well, this was back, I was a little bit crazier when it first started before Morgan came in and straightened my ass up. But Terry,
I remember.
But Terry,
I loved it.
I love you very much, Terry, and I really appreciate the way that, because it's, in the early days, even in the early days of Morgan before she'd come over the first time, it wasn't always easy to do it, and we all doubt ourselves and all that, but there would always be these people like Terry. There's maybe 6, 8, 10 people that always seemed to pop in when I was at my worst, and they kept me going. So, Terry, thank you. I love you.
Well, you were always there. You were always there at my worst too, and I want to thank you for showing up and being there.
Very welcome.
I just love you so much, and I love you all, every one of you, so much. We're all connected through our hearts.
Thank you, Terry.
Love you all.
I'll see you soon.
Talk to you later.
Bye-bye. Let me let Fiona on, and we're going to go to Sarah. Fiona, sit tight. I got you on the screen, but we'll go with Sarah, then you.
Yeah.
I didn't want to keep you hanging in the green room. Go ahead. Hey, Sarah.
No problem.
I got this thing with the insectoids. I was telling Morgan about it. The insectoids and the spiders over here. I got an ant running across my out of nowhere. Like, where did it come from? Big ant running across the screen. The insectoids have been with me these last week. The spider arachnids. There's been quite a bit going on over here, but it's been very subtle. Oh, and this cat, which I have to tell the story about the cat before I get off today, but because it was really moving. I cried. I cried for 4 hours yesterday. I mean, I cried hard. I cried like I hadn't cried in 11 years when this all started. It was deep. But it was great, and the cat kicked it off. But I'll tell the story before I get off. The last thing before I get off. So what's up, Sarah?
Oh gosh, just a lot of evolution, a lot of transformation, a lot of transfiguration, a lot of resting. I was looking at your little meme about, I can't remember, it was like stay in bed if you're happy and you know it.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Stay in bed. I can so relate because I don't know, I think the DNA is just really going through this transmutation. I spend so much time in bed, and I'm working a couple little jobs, and it's all I can do just to barely get to those jobs and then go right back.
I don't know how
bed.
people.
So
I don't know how people do it.
I don't know how anybody can work full time. I mean, I think those of us that are path cutting this aren't working very much because we can't. We just can't.
Right. It's impossible.
Yeah. There's no way. And I think that, the DNA is going from this total overhaul from being externally sourcing its energy to becoming a source connected DNA system, which is a whole living light system that's an entirely new architecture. And there's all this mutation in the mitochondria that's going on. When certain codes, I guess, come from the sun, I'm guessing they're coming from the Pleiadian system, because our sun is really connected into that system. We're getting these mother, father, master codes, and you just have to go to sleep. It's just like, no, I'm down for the count.
That's right.
But
it's important. It's important to it is more than anything probably to rest and water. It's becoming very obvious. But I just want to say thanks to you as well for coming on and being a guest on the show and always having a great time with your puppets, the instruments, the songs, and the last show. I've got to get your husband and you back on, because the last show we did with y'all was phenomenal, because it was like, I don't know how to explain it, but it was, we've all been through so much, and there's so many different complexities and things that can distract us. But I felt like I was looking at two little kids. Not in the sense that they weren't mature, but in the sense that they had locked into the childlike wonder with that song y'all did. And even with the banter, it was just fucking beautiful. It was so pure and so pure. And then I just want to thank you. And see, these are the things to me that, and I'm not knocking anybody. I think obviously everything's relevant, but the thing is, we have enough instruction, and of that, I think the real code is in actually observing something like that. And so that's what Morgan and I tried to capture on this show, and it's Soulogy, period.
Oh, thanks, Todd. Yeah, it was interesting because when Frank and when we first got together, I had kind of, here he is right here. I'm talking to Todd. He's talking about our interview. You want to say hi, honey?
Mm-hmm.
Grab a chair. When I was like, okay, I'm way too messed up to have a real relationship, but I just want a friend for my inner child. I want a playmate.
Right.
I asked the universe, I want a playmate for my inner child.
Hey, Frank.
And that's what I said. And he shows up.
What's happening?
What?
Yeah, you can't make
3 days later, babe, get a chair. I tried on the computer, but it threw me off. So I persevered, and now I'm here and it's moving around here.
Yeah.
Here's Frank. Can you get in there, sweetheart?
No,
can
he
you
won't.
See us?
Yeah. Well, yeah. Well, you know what? Just move over, and he can be on it. We're just like you both called in separately.
Setting control thing.
So
on the phone, the settings block. Here, babe, scoot over.
Let me go to Fiona, and I'll come back to you. Okay? I'll come back to you in a second.
Sounds good.
Fiona Mannix. This is another person who. How am I going to make it through this fucking show? I cried for 4 hours yesterday. I don't want to cry today. But this is another person that, I'd mentioned Louis Machi earlier, and there's just a lot of people. But I don't even know what to say. But this is a person that's just, absolutely supported us with an open heart and pulled our ass out of the fire many times, energetically and otherwise, and not even know it. And that's happened so many times with so many people. And I'm talking about going back to the days when I went to New York City, you know, with literally $2 in my pocket, get out at Grand Central Station, and I'm having to rap to try to get people to give me a couple of bucks so I can get a ticket, you know, and get on the subway, and then somebody would see it and send 1111 or, you know, 2222, and it seemed like nothing. But I'm telling you, there's a lady named Doreen Kinney, and she has, in whatever years, you know, 6 years or whatever, 7 years, 8 years, she has sent more contributions than anyone, and proportion to what she can. You know, so what I'm trying to say is, you know, her $7 and $9, and it's not the money, it's the energy. So the dollar, the number can be a big number, it can be a small number, it can have a decimal, it can have, you know, decimals being 2 of the 4 numbers or 2 of the 3 numbers. I got one today that was $3.77, but there's not one single one that doesn't come in. That's, you know, the gratitude is there, and they're no different. They're all the same. They're all equal. They're not. You know what I mean? It's energy, and so Fiona Mannix is this, you know, like Xana Kozar is another one. Jin Reynolds is another one. And I could just go right down the list. But yeah, so Fiona, I just want to publicly say on behalf of Morgan and myself. Mm-hmm.
All energy, and it's not measured in any way, shape, or form in the linear. It's here. It all comes from here, mm-hmm. And we know each other by heart, through heart.
Yeah.
And so, yeah. Thank you. You've got me through days where I thought I'd never get through. I'd pop you on the community.
Oh.
Soulogy, we'd all come together, and honestly, yeah, I'm here with you always.
I can't wait to, hug you for real.
Yeah.
And it will happen.
To see Morgan and, have that hug.
I don't know if it's going to be in the U.S., Australia, or on Mars or Venus, but it'll happen somewhere.
All of the above.
Yeah, all of the above is right. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm really happy that you came on. I'm really happy that you came on, because I know you're not exactly, like most people, not the one that wants to jump on the screen, but that means a lot. And Morgan's in a session right now, but she's gonna absolutely be blown away that you did. So.
Yeah. My heart's beating, but I'm here.
The part needs to be a part.
Yeah. So, and just wanted to be here.
Oh, there. Now it'll work. That's better. But then
Thank
how do
you.
we get you in there?
Okay.
Thank you, Fiona. I love you.
Thank you.
Take care. I'll see you. Yeah. I'll see you when we do a show soon. Bye-bye. Okay, I got you back. Oh, let me just make an announcement, though. Okay, so anybody that wants to come on, the idea is, 4 or 5 minutes with each person, so we can have people come on if they'd like to. And so I put the link on Facebook, and it's also in the live chat on YouTube. In YouTube, it'll be toward the top. So I'm going to put it back on my Facebook page. So if you're on one of the other Facebook platforms, you'd have to go to my page to get the link. Let me just put it back up real quick. Oh, it's not working. Can somebody copy and paste it and put it up there, the link from above earlier? I would appreciate it. I'm falling apart here a little bit. But, wow, the electronics are just tripping. That's what it is. Here we go. Okay. No, it's not working. Okay, we'll give it a all
I'll
right.
go copy it if you want.
What's going on, Frank? What's happening? Thank you, Delia. What's going on,
Uh,
Frank?
well, right now, just kind of trying to get my taxes done. I'm a little late.
Yeah.
The local ones here in the state of Oregon are a little complicated this year, so I'm just plodding through it step by step.
Yeah, he says it's like some kind of crazy maze. It's like
Mhm.
they've made tax forms way more complicated
What
now.
is that,
It's
by
just-
the way? What is a tax form?
It's a torture device.
I don't even. That's not in my field. In all
Yeah.
seriousness, I'm. And I'm just using that as an example. That's why I didn't take the COVID stimulus checks, because I don't want to. I don't know. I just feel like that's just. I don't know. But I know that's a big one for
Yeah,
people.
I think
I know that's a big one for people. I had a light worker hit me up in Sedona and started telling me that I needed to go do this and I needed to go do that. And I said, what are you talking about? I mean, and this was in regard to, compliance for illegal, non-spiritual, illusionary BS, but anyway, so yeah, I'll pray for you and I'll pray that you disengage as quickly as possible. Yeah.
Yeah, I have to balance it out. It really helps me to get out into nature. I did that somewhat today too.
Right on.
yeah.
Well, it was good seeing you, man. It was good seeing you. I got 2 more people lined up here, and
Yeah, good seeing you too, Todd.
I
and
really,
good luck with
I really
everything.
appreciate it, Sarah and Frank, and we'll see you both back on Soul Speaks 5D in 2022. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Love
Okay.
you.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Okay, let's do. Hang on, Paul. Hang on. We got. Oh my God, we've got another. Okay, we're gonna have to. Okay, Jen, you're. Oh wait, hang on a second. Okay, I'm gonna leave you in the green room. Can you hear me, Jen? Can you hear me? You can. Okay, just stay right there. Stay right there because the screen will be too small for the both of you. Or is it just you? Oh yeah, it'll be too small. Okay, okay, you guys sit tight for a second. Sit tight.
Okay.
Let me do Paul first. Now the phone's ringing off the hook. Okay.
Okay.
So
It's all good. Whatever.
okay,
We're good.
I'm just gonna. Okay. So okay, hang on. Just give me a sec. Oh, here. This is a little bit. Okay, Paul Handwriter, you're up next. Long time no see. I just want to say, you've come on the show 3 or 4 or 5 times, and I think you exhibit what this is all about, which is you bear it all. I look at you sometimes when I watch your videos and go, holy shit, this guy is like going all the way. He's going deep. And that takes a lot of balls. And I think that that's really a big part of the Soulogy Energies, people being able to do that in a safe environment and safe within themselves and taking the plunge. And it's got massive effects on people, whether they're conscious of it or not. Fiona, I got 2 people in front of you, Fiona. I'll be with you in about 8 minutes. Just sit tight. Paul, it's on
Thank
you.
you.
Yeah.
Yep, I can hear you. Thank you for that. I don't know. I just felt called to talk my awakening journey. I do lives all the time and talk about everything that shows up and just give permission to people because there's so much insanity in unfolding who we've defined ourselves and all this crap. And the more and more I talk to people, the more and more they get permission to be who they are, to feel what they're feeling, to all these things where society just judges us. And we also need open-hearted, love-centered men to come forth and give permission for other men to do the same. And you do that, and who is it, Michael? And you remember all those the lives we did with the heart-centered
Mm-hmm.
men stuff? I think that's really key to what's coming. So
What's coming? It's here, I think. I think what's
well,
coming's already
every
here.
day.
I'm
And
pretty
where are you
sure.
moving off to?
I don't know yet. I have no idea. I'm just putting everything in storage tomorrow, and go find a hotel for a couple of nights and wait for further instructions.
Beautiful.
So,
From the
yeah.
flow as much as you can get.
Well, the human aspect is like, fuck this. But, I understand it. It's so, and it's not like it's just been, brought up out of nowhere. It's been, like everything, you feel it coming on. So, but yeah, man.
I'm to the point I lost all my house and lost a whole bunch of shit, exactly that stuff last fall. And I'm finally set in a beautiful apartment, and I've made a commitment for a year, and I don't know where the money's coming from, but I got to have that foundation. I got to be able to do that stuff so that I can be the foundation for other people, the people I work with, my kids, that kind of stuff. And I'm loving it. It's standing in your power for once. And,
right.
That's everybody's got a different thing that's getting pushed down the pipe at them, right? So
right on. Well, Paul, thanks for coming by and thanks for being a part of Sology. And I saw the stuff that you went through, and I'm glad you got through it. And that personal transformation, that does it. You can go do sessions. You can go do all the sessions you want, but it's the frequency that you pulled it, that you that you exemplify from the transformation. All of us. This is how we trigger everyone. And trigger's a good word. It could be positive. It could feel negative, but it's an expansion at the end of the day. Love you, brother.
And all the power to you, and good luck. Thank you, Todd.
All right, man. Take care, brother. Wait a minute. What do we have here? Jen and Eric.
I'm so sorry. We shouldn't even be on here right now because we had date night and we had 2 glasses of wine.
Holy crap! Y'all had date night. You mean I'm halftime for you? What you guys have been romping over there, huh? You've been romping.
Not been romping.
Not you've not been romping. Not yet. Okay, I got you.
Yeah, we had a great dinner. We had some wine. We smoked some weed. It's good.
Not like we do that every day, but
no,
you know what
every
I mean.
other day.
I don't. Whatever you want to do it. You know what I mean?
But you know what? The thing is that I saw your post today and I saw you were live, and I just felt like it was very important for us to come on and to give you honor and reverence for everything you've done, and to just give honor and reverence for your journey. I know we're all stepping into the unknown right now, and we have been for a couple of years, but it's getting more intense, right?
I don't know what the word is.
It's more intense, or just letting it go and just going with the flow. Whatever it is, it's very interesting.
Yeah, it's you're right, Todd. In what do you call this word? Because it feels like collapse, growth, disarray, chaos, opportunity, clearing the table. It's all of those things. There's not a word to cover all of those things.
No, there's not. There's not.
It's more of a feeling.
Hooked on a feeling. I'm high on, but I was listening to the soft rock 60s and 70s last night. I made a playlist and that song came on. Ooga shaka. I got to say something though. Okay, so we got the Soulogy Fest in Sedona, and I got to meet Jen and Eric. I have altered my lifestyle a bit since the last time I seen you, but I'm always open to everything. But
are you gonna come visit us so we can corrupt you?
Well, I don't know what's gonna happen, but yeah,
I'm just kidding.
No, I mean I don't know what's gonna happen on that end. But what I was gonna say is that so I'll say this. I was in Sedona for 3 weeks. Soulogy Fest was an absolute out of the park. I thought it was 1,000%. It was flawless. It was amazing. And it was because of everybody that was there and those that are, let's say, non-physical that were with us too. But the best time I had, and Jen, by the way, they've been so supportive in so many ways, without any expectation, without any agenda, just, hey, I love you, man, and here's a little energy, boom. And it's just been phenomenal. Plus, Morgan and I are very intertwined with y'all somehow. It's like, I don't even know how to explain it, but there's just something going on. So when I was in Sedona, it was actually pre-Soulogy Fest. It might have even been like the night before or 2 nights before. I went out with these two, and it was the best part of the whole trip for me. It was absolutely fantastic. We had such a blast. It was so pure. And Eric spoke at the and actually Jen actually filmed a video and streamed it, and a lot of people got to see the initial part of it because we were having some problems the first day with the live stream, so that was really significant. But Eric gave a hell of a presentation and really blew a lot of people's minds and actually set the tone for some other things that happened. And I won't go into detail, but it wasn't a coincidence. And so when we decided to have the Soulogy Fest in September here in Arkansas, the first call I made was to Jen and Eric, because this one's going to be a little bit different than the last one where we had 50-50. 50 was planned and scheduled presenters and performers, and half was spontaneous Sology style. This time it's going to probably be three people that will be scheduled, and the other 85% is going to be just, let's see what the hell we can do, So
I love it.
I trust that process completely.
I love it. And it's something that's a little interesting that you might not know is that Eric's dad is from Arkansas and my dad's from Arkansas. They were both born there. And my dad and Eric's birthday are on the same day.
Yeah.
So we have a lot of Arkansas energy in us. We just never been there.
I've been to Arkansas.
Oh, you've been there?
Yeah.
I didn't know you had been there. But I have never been there, and I don't listen to him half the time. That's part of my problem. So
it's the way it works, isn't it?
Can you imagine anybody not listening to me?
Anyway, so I had expressed to Eric someday I want to go to Arkansas, and like 3 weeks later, we get the text from you that, hey, you guys want to come to Arkansas?
So when you say that about a small percentage of scheduled presenters and a bigger percentage of people just sharing their gifts, I've been going to Burning Man for 12 years and not consecutively. My first time was 2006, and I don't know if I'll be going, but we set up a lounge. I created a lounge there that's been called one of the top 10 things to do at Burning Man during the day, which is crazy because there's a million things to do at Burning Man. But what I created is what you're describing, is a place where people could share their gifts, and you almost step away, which nobody does. People spend tons of energy and time and money into creating almost an over-planned space, and I under-planned a space. So it looks amazing. It looks like the Disney cruise at Disneyland, or the Jungle Cruise at Disneyland. And we have a tequila bar. We serve 5,000 shots in 6 days of tequila at Burning Man. We rub people's feet, but what we can do,
we rub people's feet,
which I don't think any other camp can do, is we can completely walk away from our event, from our hospitality space, which is about 2,000 square feet of massage chairs, massage rooms, a bandstand with live active mics and instruments, and a tequila bar. We can say, all of us that go out there and set it up, remove ourselves from it, and we can come back a couple of hours later, and this place is running itself in the most beautiful way. And that's where the power is providing space for people to share what they have to share.
Yeah, and just not having expectations or trying to control anything.
For sure.
Exactly.
Yeah. God, I love you so much.
I know. I'm looking in Jen's eyes, and I can see Eric. You're going to be.
You're like I feel like you're my brother. Yeah. And I feel like we've known each other in another galaxy.
You
like when we talked, it was just like, yeah, well, we've had this conversation before.
You two are total soul brother and sister.
I love you so much, and I can't wait to meet Morgan in person because I know that's going to happen. I've already met you guys in my dreams. Like every night, I dream about you two. Every night for the last, I would say, 3 or 4 weeks. I keep telling you that. Yeah,
Yeah.
like you are in my dreams every single night.
And you've slept,
both of
and
you.
you both have slept on my bed in Laguna Beach.
That's right. That's right.
You've been in the vortex. There's something very special.
There was some
about
geometric stuff happening over there.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know what's going on there, but there's something for sure.
But we just wanted to give you our love tonight, because I know you're stepping into a new part of your journey.
Yeah.
And I know you're just in a different space now than even when we met you.
Yeah.
And it's so beautiful to just witness you. I don't come into your shows as much anymore, but I do watch them. I just don't feel like I need to talk as much.
Yeah.
And give my opinions.
Yeah.
So I am watching you, and I just and I see the energy between you and Morgan still happening when you guys are apart, and I totally get that. And I love you both, and I know this is just it's just another moment of time that you're reaching out and saying, I'm just going to take what the universe is handing to me, and it's going to be freaking amazing.
That's
you
right.
just can't go into, there's no fear anymore.
That's right.
It's just go and do it.
Yeah.
And if it all goes to hell, I'm going to Burning Man to the tequila hut.
I will. You will be at home there. Trust me.
And you can come here anytime.
Yeah.
If you come to California,
I might take
you're
it.
going to be okay.
Hey, I'll tell you one thing. I shouldn't say it. When we get the approval and she can come back, I'm sure she'll land in L.A. So my plan is to. My plan is to go pick her up and not wait till she comes over here. Right.
It's going to happen soon.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm good. I don't think about it, but I feel it. Yes. I'm not worried about
Well,
it.
there's no expectation, but I know it's going to happen soon. I feel it.
I do too.
I've already seen it.
And Todd, you are. I haven't been watching many of your shows. This is just a read, or your podcast. This is just a read from who you are when I met you in person and sharing space with you. You truly are modeling an aspect of what is coming to be, because we are moving out of, and people's comfort zone is going to be triggered in different ways of how we hold on to the way things used to be, or expectation and projection, and even planning and promoting and all of those things that you and I have been exposed to. I mean, my life took off 10 years ago with the sonic geometry thing and being on Ancient Aliens and being invited to Contact the Desert and all these things I never would have believed possible 11 years ago. But 10 years ago, a major shift happened in my life, and I realized what needed to change in all of it was me. I needed to be open to receive this fluid way that life works outside of the script that I thought I was writing for myself. And you have modeled that in a really, really beautifully empowered and yet fluid way, surrendering way. And there's such power in surrender. If that's really what it is. People hear the word surrender and think it means giving up. It doesn't. It means giving yourself to the process that life is trying to show you. It is allowing. And you model that beautifully, and you talk about it so often. And, it's been a real honor to meet you, to know you, to be of service to you and you to me, and move forward from here, because our work truly in the new paradigm, our work is just beginning, and all of your fans and family and watchers and listeners, I think they feel that to the core, that our real work is just beginning right now.
Yeah. The good stuff.
The meat,
the supernatural stuff.
The real meat where the rubber is hitting the road. We've talked about this. We've felt about change coming. We've talked about a shift. We've talked about what the moving into a new age looks and feels like, but that's been sort of conceptual now. And COVID, I think, has played a big part in this.
Yep.
Now the rubber is hitting the road, and a lot of people are feeling a bit ungrounded and not sure. And how does this look? And it's the people that are showing what flow looks like and feels like. And it's not any elevated position. It's just people that in our community of 7 billion people on this planet, there's people that have been a little more adept at fluid behavior, at rolling with the punches that life gives you, of learning in a positive way through challenging events that have happened in our life, that's where people are going to need to feel I'm okay in these uncertain times. And you have modeled that beautifully, and we've done our best.
Thank you, bro. Thank you for that. And it was good seeing y'all. Thank you for popping in.
Love you.
Huh?
We love you.
I love you guys, man. Believe me, I love you. Don't rule me out. I could pop up at any time. So
Yeah, do it.
We're not ruling you out. We're counting on it.
We're counting on it.
I could definitely pop up anytime. So don't rule it out. You know.
All
We'll
right.
just see what happens.
We don't want to hog up the whole thing, but
All
we
right.
love you, and we just wanted to support you tonight because we know this is a big night for you. It's a big night for everyone. There's a lot going on tonight. We can all feel it in the air, right?
Yeah.
It's a big night.
Yeah, it's
So-
huge. Like I said, this is the day. This is the day Jesus came in the trees for me. 2011. This is the day that I put up a post on my page. It was 7 years old. The first time I ever did a video.
I'll have to watch that.
It was on this day. Yeah, go to my page. It's on my page. It's the top of the page. Yeah. Here,
It's all
you know what?
circle.
Hang on, Fiona. I'll play it right now. It's fucking hilarious. It's only like a minute, 30 seconds. It's funny. I mean, I'm cracking up watching this thing. Here, let me pull it up. Hang on. Here, let's see. Boom, boom.
Let's pull him up so we can see it.
Okay, here we go. Let's see. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Okay, hang on. Hang on a second. Okay, so let me go back here. Share screen. Where's that damn thing? Is that it? Yeah. And then here.
Man, I look like I had.
How you doing? This is Todd.
Oh, wait a minute. You see it? Can you see it? Yeah, hang on.
No, I see you.
It's okay. We can watch it somewhere.
Wait. Oh, I don't know what happened. Huh. Okay, well, I guess we'll have to watch it on.
Send a link.
That's
No,
weird.
I know it's on his page.
How weird is that? That shouldn't be happening. I had to figure that out. New software. Okay. Love you guys.
Ben, we love you. Have a good night, sleep, and if you need anything, call us. Do you have our phone number, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. We love you.
So if you're just traveling, make your way west slowly. Flagstaff is where all the van lifers and people go. Beautiful 7,000-foot elevation, great weather. And then as the weather cools down, in Arizona, there's Quartzsite, and we're like 3 hours away from.
And we camp at those places for free all the time.
Yeah.
So, we can show you whatever you want.
Yeah.
You know what?
You're welcome here.
We're here for you, baby.
Yeah.
Well, I might just get a motorcycle. I might just get a motorcycle and just cruise. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, that would be
We'll
fun.
see what happens. We'll see what happens. There's Morgan.
Right.
I'm gonna try to talk Morgan to coming on later before I get off. Love you guys.
Yeah.
Love you.
Take care. Love you too, man. I appreciate you. Take care. What's happening, Fiona? Oh wait, Fiona, you're muted. Are you muted? No, you're not muted.
Am I? Can you?
No,
hear
you're
me?
good. You're good. You're good. So what's
Hey,
happening?
brother.
What's going on?
It's all happening down under. I didn't heed all the lessons of the universe to stop and integrate, so they came and smacked me upside the arm.
What happened to you?
No, a simple roller skating accident. 40 years of roller skating and playing roller derby, and I tried a new trick in new skates and didn't pull it off. But anyway,
So you're not. You're
it all
not.
goes with the flow.
So you're not skating around in an oval. You're actually doing tricks and stuff, right?
Well, for Mother's Day, so we got COVID, we got locked down, and for Mother's Day, I couldn't go to this special Mother's Day disco event, but I won the raffle prize, a brand new artistic roller skate. So I've always been down and dirty playing derby, ready to tuck and roll. And this time I got pretty new artistic skates and tried being up and straight and pulling off a jump, and no, didn't land it.
Oh my God.
But it is the flow of the universe. All the messages to stop, slow down, the vortex pulls in opportunity and overwhelm, and you don't listen, something's going to come and stop you. So here I am integrating and embodying.
What exactly are you integrating? What would you say? What was that experience? What was it?
Yeah.
What was it telling you?
Yeah, everything. No, I've had a very tumultuous couple of months of a lot of tragedies going on, and life just gets busier, and we don't take the time to really dive into it and chew it up and digest it, so to speak. So, yeah, the big change is for me everything ethereal coming into the physical for sure. And everything that Eric and Jen just said, like about yourself and the show and living in flow and how it replicates, I second all that for sure. And mate, I just got on and scrolled around and saw you doing this show and thought, oh my God, we're losing him. Where's Todd going? So I had to jump on and
Oh no, you're not
say
losing.
peace
You're
love
not
mung
losing us.
beans, and now I'm relieved to hear you're just going to get a big loud motorbike and travel.
No, I'm not. I'm gonna. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm just like I said. I'm gonna get a hotel for a couple of nights and just keep. And Morgan and I will connect and wait for the guidance.
Yeah.
I mean.
Yeah.
What
and
they were.
It's.
Go ahead.
Carry on. I was just going to say, it really is, the whole adventure you've had and what you've done, bringing people together, creating a safe space for people to talk and develop. It is, as you always say, bringing it boots to the ground now. You're getting out of the studio, going out on the road. And it's through your encouragement and this platform that many of us have done a similar thing. I this year started off doing daily videos with quantum numerology to get people to feel comfortable with the fact that we live in flow and there is a lot we don't have control of, and through doing those videos in a very grounded kind of way, I did stop them while I integrated all these other things going on in my life. But the local council in the regional area has approached me to take it boots on the ground to the people, community hall, start bringing people together and openly talk about this with the grace of funding as well. So
that's
the message is coming all the way through and out. So thank you, Todd, for all that you do.
And thank you for coming on.
And Morgan.
Well, I was going to say,
there's an even more special woman.
That's for damn sure. Okay, and I talked about that at the beginning of this broadcast. I talked about how that, in summary. But I want to thank you for you being a very special guest because I've always, I don't know what it is. Everybody, I can kind of like a chameleon. And I don't mean that in a. I just mean like I can whatever. Maybe that's why I'm sitting in this chair. But with you, it's it's just it's like the it's entirely possible game. It's like you're just not
Absolutely.
You're not conventional. That's what I'm saying. Is you're not conventional. You still you still put your signature on whatever it is, regardless of how much it might. Like you're working within. You're converting boots on the ground 3D to 5D. That's what you're doing. To me, that's what you're doing. So I really appreciate you.
Thank you very much. And
love you very much.
Right back at you, brother.
And
I love
Hill.
you too, Dodd. And thank you so much.
You're very welcome. See you later. Take care.
Okay.
I put up I saw Morgan Lee was in the audience, and if she wants to come up, and if she doesn't, that's cool too. Morgan doesn't like coming on video, and she's had a session, so and she might not be up to it. But if she is, she'll pop in. But if I'm here, she's here. But I just put up the link again and into the Facebook Todd Medina page. Live chat on YouTube has it. It'd be great to have somebody from YouTube come in, like Bruce Fischetti, maybe. Okay, here we got somebody named Laura. Let's see what we got here. Which Laura is this? Can't see. Let's see. What's going on here? I can see. Can you click? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? I don't know what's... Oh, it's not the last show, Ryan. It's the last show in our home. If you read the whole thing. See, you don't read everything. You don't read everything. I don't know what's going on. This software. Look, can you hear me, Laura? Same. I think it's the same problem Terry Willette had. All right. Let's see. Ryan, you should come on right now with me. You know? Do you have pictures? Pictures of what? Okay, you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to play something that I, you know, a lot of people, there are people that come into, no, it doesn't show. I don't know what's going on. I'm going to play something and then I'm going to check on, just give me a second. Give me a second. So let me just say this. So there's a lot of people that have come into our vortex, the vortex that we all share. And I've always understood and we've always said Sology is fully inclusive of all people. You're in Sology whether you like it or not, you know, because Sology is just a word for, might call it the Holy Spirit or whatever you want to call it. But so there's been a lot of people that have come in that are part of Sology that we don't see them as much anymore. One of those people is Romeo Barron, okay? And very special guy. And he disappeared for a while. And he, hang on, I'm having a little tech issue over here. Romeo disappeared for a while. A lot of people wrote me. I haven't talked to him in a while, but he came back out a few weeks ago. He's done several Soul Speak 5Ds with us. I've played a lot of his music on the remixes, and he's a very powerful guy, great guy. Morgan and I met him in person. We spent some time together with him, and fascinating guy. But he reared his head about 6 or 8 weeks ago, and he's putting out some amazing stuff. And I'm gonna just real quick, I'm gonna play this. One of these that he just came out with. I'm just going to play the audio while I work on this real quick. Just give me a second. I don't want to lose anybody's attention. So this is Romeo Barron, one of his newer songs. I don't have the video, and I'm not going to try to play it because of these tech issues, and see if I can work out getting people back on here. Hang on a second. Check this out. Romeo Barron. I'm going to try to get him onto the show.
Here we go. Our theme, light language transmission. Jadu kadisi yan heke yan anwane deke yan ayan duame yan wakadi yan irkade yan wane deke yan wakadisi yan irkade yan urgadi yan han irkan yan duane yan irkade yan du kadisi yan han ilhan ayan duane yan irshade urgade yan deke yan irshan dolet urgade Yarikadelet urgadelet uanandeke yan Irishan walet uanandeke yan Irikadit wakadisi yandelet Yantukadet iyandelet uanandeke yan Irikadet yan Yantuakadet Yanduanet Yantukadet Yandelet yan Hayayan duane yan uanandeke yan Wakadit yan Yantukadisi yan Arishandelet yan Yadukadit yan elet wanandeke yan arishandelet yandukadit urgadelet yan.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what's going on with the this thing's going crazy over here. All right, we got one in. There was like 3 or 4 people trying to come in, and we got one in. Let's see who this clown is. All right. Can you hear me?
Clown? That remark.
Oh, this one's working. The last 2 didn't work. What's going on, brother? You look fantastic. You look fantastic. Absolutely fantastic.
Thanks,
what is
man.
going
I
on?
just shaved and I showered.
Yeah. So what's going down in H-Town, man, where this all started, right? What's going on?
It's hot, man. It's hot as hell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how are you doing? How are you guys doing over there? Can we?
Man, we're making it. There's a bit of an echo here, so let me see.
It's not on this side. You're good over here. Oh, I don't know about the people in the crowd though. I don't know how that's coming out.
Okay. All right. I can hear you fine.
You can.
Yeah.
So how are you doing, man? I'm looking for something as I'm talking to you. How are you doing? What's going on?
We're going okay, man. It's really hot down here. Christy's in a meeting right now. She's still working. So
she's in a session. She's in a session.
She's in a session right now, and I just got done with lessons. Here's a pianist. I'm doing my home lessons here, and it's nighttime now, so we're just kind of chilling.
Well, I think that you're going to have a new client.
Yeah?
Yeah. Moi.
Really?
Yeah. I don't want to talk about it now, but yeah, I'm pretty sure that I'm going to take piano lessons from you.
Sweet, man.
Yeah.
Hey, I can make you a rock star if you want.
Can you?
Yeah.
That would be nice.
It's guaranteed.
I'm looking for, God, I was trying to find that collaboration we did. I love that thing. It's like one of my favorite things that I ever did artistically, which I'm not an artist. You're an artist, but I mean.
Yeah. I may have some of that stuff on saved on YouTube.
Oh, I got it all here.
You got it?
I got this new software and I'm having a bit of a trouble. It started tweaking a while ago. Hey, I want to just tell everybody, because that's really the theme of the show, is, this is a transition for us at Sology. And, because I believe you are the only person besides my daughters and my kids that ever stepped foot in the original studio.
Yeah.
Right? And so
you were living in that house in right off I-10 and Gary Ashford, right?
Uh-huh.
And by the graveyard.
Yeah, that's right. And you came in and you brought this thing in and you were like, let's put your words to music. And I'm like, what? Yeah, let's do it. Remember? And you had that little box and you made this video and that was crazy.
I still have some of those old tracks on this computer somewhere.
Yeah.
That I made for you to do your Soul Speaks over.
So, and here's the other crazy thing. You're the first person I ever talked to, and we've told this story before, so we won't go too deep, but you were the first person I ever spoke face to face with about Sology, other than family who wanted to institutionalize me. But you came in with you'd been reading The Flower of Life in another book, and you came in to have wings and participate in some of the old habits that we used to participate in.
Chicken wings. He's talking about
chicken wings. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we just started talking, and we just had this bond. And I don't know, man. I've always told you what I've told you, and I can't explain it. I don't have to talk to you every day. It's just everything is understood. And I don't know. And I'm so happy, to see so many connections made. I remember talking to Morgan so we met September 2015. So, I mean, we're it would have been, 6 months, 8 months into it. And she was like, I see where Sology's connecting people. They're making groups and there's people meeting and you and your better half, meeting right. Through, I mean, to me, it's like one story like that makes it all worthwhile.
You can't make that stuff up, man.
No.
I was something I wasn't expecting. Either of us were not expecting, and it hit us out of the blue. It's just amazing how that all started. Is that sacred geometry journey that I went through. It seems like so long ago, and it seems like that's something in my past that I'm not even. It's not even in my awareness anymore. You know, I have the drawings, I have all the creations. I still have some at my storage room, just as kind of like a picture show of where I was then and where I come from and how much healing I did with and because of the sacred geometry and how much activations it helped other people with and myself. But that was it seems like another lifetime ago. I'm not called to do it anymore.
I think that was your awakening, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And people
definitely
don't realize the level of sacred geometry we're talking about. We're talking about some in fact, that Sology video meme or whatever symbol that we play actually came from what you created, which was based on what we saw that I talked about earlier in this show when Sology came as a tree, a golden tree, and presented itself to Morgan and I in 2018. So that you did was the basis for what we used to play before the show. I don't play it anymore, but I played it before this show. But that's actually that tree that Michael Van Patten put into a video, turned it into a moving graphic.
Yeah, I've got it in a rolled up scroll in my closet. It's kind of ancient. It's sacred. It probably the first time we open it and it gets air on, it'll probably turn to dust. So who knows?
Hey, it won't turn to dust. Yeah. So it's I know we don't want to go too deep because we want to keep it rolling, but so many people have been through so much, and I think sometimes we forget that. And in a time when, we're learning to be self-reliant and there's all these things happening, it's just for me it was because I'm close to you. I don't know. It was like everything that you've gone through this year, in particular, like I could feel you, and intuitively I knew that whatever I had to say at a human level, you already knew. Like, if you need anything, what can I do? It was weird. And I kept looking at you and I kept going, like I could totally feel what you were feeling. And I don't know. I knew that there was another side to it, the other side to it. And I saw a picture of you and your better half probably like 5 days ago. And I was like, oh my God, he's like coming out, Did I lose you? Oh, you muted yourself. How did you see? This thing's doing some weird stuff. Did you? Oh, you're back. Somehow you muted. How did you do that? Oh, wait, now you're muted again.
Back?
Oh, you're back. You're back.
Okay. I changed mics accidentally.
Oh, okay.
I heard everything. Yeah. Yeah, we've changed, haven't we?
Yeah.
It's like this whole, ever since last August when we first got together, like an atom smashing. It's just everything around us. We've changed. Everything around us has changed. The meeting has kind of forced us both to grow and evolve past our comfort zones. Yeah, it's definitely on a trajectory right now. So it's all good.
You look good. What are you doing September 23rd, 24th, and 25th?
Is that the day?
Yeah, that's the date. I told her already. I think she gave the approval.
Okay. Let's make sure. September 22nd, 23rd, 24th, and 25th. I've got Soulogy on my schedule. That's
all right, bro. Well, it's gonna happen.
So
and we'll nail that down. We're gonna nail that down. We're gonna nail that down pretty quick. Now that once I get everything moved tomorrow, then I'm gonna focus on that. I've got a couple of places in mind, and we'll nail it down.
Is it gonna be in Arkansas still?
Yeah.
Is it
Fort
gonna be in
Smith.
Arkansas still?
Yeah. and it's going to be good. I think a lot of people will be able to come because it's central and it's very cheap. Like I was looking at hotels today that are very doable for $60 to $70. Like there's some that are $50. I'm not talking about rat holes either. It's just very cheap here. So everything will be less expensive and we'll be able to forward that. And I believe we'll be able to accommodate more people because they'll be able to get reasonable accommodations and we'll be able to accommodate more people because the cost per person will be lower. And so I think it's going to be fantastic. And so you and Christy got to come.
Well, we definitely already scheduled it. We put it down, and it's going to happen.
Yeah, very good. I'm going to try to get Morgan Lee on here now, and you stay. Don't go anywhere.
Okay.
So, Morgan, I'm not sure. I don't know how he got through, but I'm not sure.
Well, she sent me the link. So I know she knows how to get on.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Yeah, but here's the thing. No, it's not about the link. The thing's glitching. It's glitching. So we had a couple of people come on, or actually like 3 different people come on, and 2 came on. I couldn't see, or they couldn't come through, and one of them just disappeared.
Well,
so
we got tin foil on all our devices over here, man. So everything's crazy around here.
Tinfoil.
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
Well, we got 16 of those smart meters right outside our window that's radiating our bedroom.
Can you relocate on the premises because of that?
To break the lease.
Oh.
I don't know if the lease office people believe that kind of stuff. I think it's a conspiracy theory.
Oh hell.
So we're looking for places right now.
Oh, that worked.
Yeah.
There she is. You
Where's
see
she
her?
at?
Morgan Lee. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, you're on. Okay.
I can't see Ryan.
I don't know what's going on your end.
I can see Morgan. Hold on, let me get in this. Let me get it.
You're there. You go. There you go. Right there. You're in the middle.
Okay.
Ryan's there.
I should click, Todd.
I don't know. I've never been on.
You and I, Morgan Lee, were on together. You had a few too many, and Morgan Lee had to finish the interview.
That was a long time ago, and it's no longer part of my lifestyle. As much as I enjoy it, my body told me you cannot do certain things anymore. You cannot.
Hey, you want to know something along the same track? In August, I will be a year sober.
Dude.
Yeah.
It's, I'm not going to tell anybody to do anything, but I don't think there's even a choice. In fact, I know there's not. It's not just that. It's a lot of things. I got screamed at yesterday. I was telling Morgan, my body said, you will not eat this. You will not eat that. And that's that. And this is bread. Like I just tried to have a little bit of bread. No, you can't do it. And my body's revolting, or what do you call it? Rebelling on me right now. So man, I'm really, I'm sorry the tech got all screwy, whoever was trying to get in, and I'm sorry that I got distracted with that, Brian, but maybe I'm tired too because I only slept 2 hours last night. But I just want to tell everybody, and I've said this many times, Ryan is the closest brother that I have, and I always tell him, I don't know how you feel, and it doesn't matter because you are the closest man to me in this world, and I know there's something very special. Yeah, there's something very special about our relationship, and I know it's going to expand, and I know that it's gonna, and I'm really looking forward to the Soulogy Fest with y'all coming, and I'm looking forward to collaborating with you on stage and off stage. So I'm looking forward to having that conversation with the both of you.
Should be fun.
But I appreciate it.
We're really excited. She's really excited to meet you too.
Well,
Soulogy is the whole reason we got together.
Yeah.
I always knew it was an important vehicle for the ascension and growth and spirituality and all that stuff. And I had no idea that this would be something that would change my life forever for where it is right now, where we're going in the future. You know, it's the most insane ride we've ever been on.
I bet. I hope you're. Yeah. You better be working out, boy.
I'm doing it, man. Want to see some guns?
I need to get some guns going. Morgan's laughing. She says I have 2 sticks and a what is it? She says I have no ass.
Morgan.
Huh?
So I
2
haven't talked to
legs
Morgan.
just go straight up to the top of his back, bottom of his back. Sorry, Orion, I didn't hear you.
I said, how are you doing?
I'm probably with Todd this morning. I mean, I've been watching him in this really deep sadness in the last few weeks about leaving his home. And I couldn't really understand it. But yeah, this morning, oh, wow. I get it now.
Kind of hit, huh?
Great. Yeah, it hit. Like that sound, little love pad.
Yeah.
I have to try and find another one.
Love pad is right. Tonight is the last. No, was it last night? Last night? I don't know. It depends. You know what? I'm gonna go sleep on our bed for the last time, and I have worn these 3 pillows out, and they're all soiled. I'm gonna have to throw them away because one's the top of her body. One's Hey, I'm going to sign off, and I want to just have a moment with Morgan on screen.
Okay.
But I love you, man, and I can't wait to see y'all. And don't be surprised if I pop down there. I'm not making any promises anymore because, I've made enough of them, and I'm like, no. Monique says too much information. I use bleach.
The important thing is what we need to get that scroll to you, man, because that's important.
Yeah. Well, when we yeah.
No. When we get a house.
Yeah. When we settle. Then,
and actually, there's a story about Ryan and a table too. It's not just you that does all those weird things.
that's not part of his identity anymore. That's gone. Huh, yeah. So you take care, brother. Give her a kiss for us.
All right, brother.
All right, man.
I will do that.
All right.
You guys have fun, and don't do anything I wouldn't do.
We can't.
Hey, I just want you to. I want to hire you to teach me how to play the organ. Piano. Organ.
We can do this.
I know you can. I want to do it. I've always wanted to do it since I was a little kid. And then I put this post up with, as a little kid, 10 years old, had my hands in the air. So then
I saw that.
This is right before I had a fucking 4-hour meltdown and cried from the deepest, like I did when I was homeless. It was like that level. But so that picture, then somebody put up in there, hey, you got piano hands. And that's what I always used to hear in my head when I was a little kid. I need to play the piano. So, I don't think I want to go that deep, but an organ would be all right with electronic, So I'm gonna get with you.
I'm teaching Christy too. She's taking lessons too.
Dude,
yeah,
I'm sure she's teaching you quite a bit more.
Probably, yeah. She really is.
Take it easy, brother. Love you.
All right, brother. Y'all have a good one.
All right. Okay. So Morgan Lee. Okay. God, I'm gonna have to figure out what's going on with this software. So, so we've been on an hour and 48 minutes, and I'm about to die.
I thought you were sleeping.
I know. I said I was going to do the show, then I'll probably sleep and get up at 2 o'clock, finish everything up. Movers come at 11, and that's it. So, while we're here, let me just say, and I said this earlier, but I think you were in the session. I'm not going to get into the whole story because, we've taught 144 as I'm talking. So this is significant. So, I think people understand because I get these comments. I pretty much handle most of the messages and the emails and all that. I mean, everyone knows I don't handle them, but I do look at them. And they're always Todd Morgan. Morgan and Todd, Todd and Morgan and Todd. So I really feel like after quite a number of years and many, many shows that the whole understanding that, at the core of Sology is the masculine and the feminine coming into a full collaborative equilibrium of all the virtues of the soul. And we're not Sology, Morgan and I, but we are the initiators. But that doesn't mean that we contribute more. I mean, we're talking about a lot of stuff that we've received over the years and just know, and I think people can pick up on this. And my point is that, at the core of it is all of our journeys are about embodiment, as I had mentioned earlier, talking to somebody that was on here. And I think that's, and so it's a huge honor for me I had this big breakdown yesterday. That's where I was going to go with it. My mind got lost because I'm going to tie it in. So I had this big breakdown yesterday. I haven't cried. I haven't cried that much, not like I did when I first woke up. When I first woke up the first couple of years, that's all I did was cry. Certainly the first few months. And it all started, like I said at the beginning of the show, on this day, 11 years ago, which is significant, by the way. It was 2011, and now it's 22, right? And it's 11 years ago. So we got what that means, right? Anyone that's into numerology. But I just want to say openly to everyone, I'm not going to tell the story about yesterday. The cat. Oh, yeah. The cat in the breakdown. Yeah. Okay, I guess I will. So I had this whole thing happening to me ever since I knew that I had to leave. And I actually knew before I was told I had to leave. And I was telling Morgan, and, we were kind of in resistance. And then the news came. And so I've been kind of like trying to not attach to it, but let it organically just play out. So everything was going all right. And I was humming along yesterday, and I made that little thing in the kitchen with the picture from when I was a kid. And so I was in a decent mood, even though I was doing stuff. And I walked by the front window of the house to go grab a box. And there's this cat's come to visit me. A lot of cats have come to visit me. And this cat was there and started speaking to me. And then all hell broke loose for the next 4 hours. So it was a big deal. It was huge. And it fits that we're leaving the next day. So I'm really excited about where we're headed. I'm not worried about us getting back together. But I just want to take a moment just to say what an honor and how much I admire you. Because I worked my ass off. I think we all work our ass off in our own way. But to look back and see everything, because I'm a metrics freak, and you go back and look at the graph of Sology, if you look at a axis, X and Y axis on geometry, and it has an ascending diagonal, if you look at it, you can see the impact in the linear timeline that you made, part of it. And so just on the outside looking in, everyone knows how much I love you. Everybody knows that as a man. But the level of intelligence and insight and intuition that you brought to the party. Now, we know it happened in the etheric field. We know there's a history there. We know also that it's a moot point because we're here and now. But the level of intuition, intelligence, and initiation that you've brought to this has just astounding to me. Because I know I'm a very capable person, but Sology literally has evolved as the masculine and the feminine and the collective have done their thing. And what I can say that is, for me, at least in my, opinion, is that in every structure that we had, the patriarchal was the primary, and therefore the masculine was given that power. And we've talked about this many times on the show, in many different ways, but I actually lived it. I I didn't know what was going to happen. I didn't know how it was going to work. But very recently, I've watched you do something incredible. You've absolutely just stuck to your guns. You've gone through thick and thin like everybody has. But as I'm not even saying this as your husband or your partner. I'm just telling you, you are fucking amazing. And most people don't know you. They don't really know you. They know you're shy to come on. They know you know your stuff. But she told me when we met that you have the same faith I do. And that's all I needed to know. Because I know where mine is. And I don't care what anyone else thinks. But to see what you've done has been absolutely incredible, because most of it, as we were talking about today, when you first came over the first time, that post that you reposted that they shared in Witch Bitch group club or whatever, the group, that says it all. Like the things that you went through at the very human level and the things that you write about at the very human level is Sology. And when I mean Sology, I mean it's Morgan, but it's the energy that word represents. That's all I'm saying. It's not taking anything away from you, but it's balls. It's bringing the human in and putting the human front and center, which is what you taught me. Because when I met you on the linear timeline, I said all the time, I am not only human, I am soul. And you taught me, you got to find your human before you can find your soul, or you're full of shit. And so that's Sology. See, that's Sology. Sology is, don't get caught up in the channels and the don't get caught up in all that. That's all great. That's all going to be there. That's all part of the process. But what really matters is, have you actually embodied this? Have you actualized it? Do you apply it? Are you a conscious human being? And I think that's the gift that, or that's the evidence that the feminine has stepped forward now. And that could have only happened if she was allowed to, and I think that's where we're at now. I think this third phase of Sology is going to be all about the two energies doing it in that collaboration. But I just think, and again, I'm telling you, I think you're absolutely the most amazing person I've ever seen. I'm not saying that because I'm your husband and I love you. I'm telling you that because you're just fucking impressive. And there's this song by Mac Miller, the one I told you was that I had heard, the third one, I didn't send it to you. And he says about her, he says, you were, in his own words, and I don't remember the exact words, but he says, you are so fucking amazing and so beautiful, and you don't even know it. And he said, and that is what I love about you. Unaffected. And and I know you don't, you're probably uncomfortable right now, but I just want to tell everybody straight up that this would not even have come close. I could have done whatever, she could have done whatever, but there's no way there's no way, people sit here and compliment me and they tell me, wow, you really know how to hold space, and wow, this and that, but I didn't know how to do that. Anyone that goes back and watches episodes, I mean, I was okay, but I had my moments, depending on what show you caught. You might watch 5 shows, and Todd went bananas in 2 of the shows, and 3 of the shows he was okay, right? But so I when I say taught, I mean pointed out, because nobody teaches us anything, right? I mean, we got to do it on our own. Those are your words, and it's true. But it was pointed out to me that I could listen more. And my thought was, hey, I listen better than most people, especially when it comes to women. I really listen more than most men. I know that. But that wasn't the point. The point was that it can be better. Do you want to be better? I mean, do we all want to be better? Are we all here because we want to grow? So why would we not apply that with Todd? Why wouldn't you apply that to your own work? And you used to always tell me, I want you to be the best you can be. And so as a result, this is where we find ourselves today. And it's, in my opinion, it's got more to do with you than it does me. Just because I'm the one that comes on screen, it doesn't mean shit. It's just a fact. So I just want to tell you thank you and a little bit of who I think you are in front of everybody.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. Thank you. So, I collapsed yesterday for 4 hours, and God, I could go into a long story, but I'm not, because we're getting off in the next 5 minutes. But I relived in 4 hours every moment from the moment I dropped you off at the airport till the moment I'm sitting on the couch yesterday. I lived every moment in 4 hours, every ache and pain, every single thing. I thought I was going to die. I thought my heart was going to implode, and it was the deepest I'd been taken since I woke up and I went homeless. And I said to you, I can't talk to you. And you're like, fine, just whenever you're ready, which is typical of you. And so when I was ready, I couldn't pick up the phone. I knew I couldn't pick up the phone and call her. I knew I couldn't look at her because there's no way I would have got anything out. I already had snot running down my nose. So I wrote it. I wrote everything to her. I channeled it. Boom. And then she responded and something happened. And I'm telling you, I felt everything lift out of my body. And last night, I actually left my body. I didn't have time to tell you earlier today because we had so much going on. I actually felt my feet touch the ground and the mist of my light body start to make a move. And then I went into my head and it was all over. But, yeah. I look at God, we call God, as a woman. I feel that at an energetic level, I came from her, and you are the representation of her. And that's how this thing operates. That's not passivity. I want to point that out, not because of my ego, but because I think there's a lot of men struggling. It's not passivity or not unmasculine. It's actually soft and powerful to honor that which created you. Right? It is the ultimate power as a man to stand watch over that and allow that to take its proper place, which is, which is where we came from. Yeah. I'm delirious. You need to stop me. I haven't slept. See, I'm wide open. Yeah.
You let me know when that's a possibility, and I will.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Well, I'm out of my mind. I'm out of my. Go ahead. It's up to you now.
No, I just meant like you said. You need to stop me, and I'm just saying. You do what you want to do.
Well, you need to talk. You need to talk. Don't stop.
It's probably time for you to go to bed, Todd. I actually thought you were asleep. I hopped off, had a quick look and oh my God, Todd's on. But you have had 2 hours sleep. It's been a massive, you went through that 4 hours yesterday. I went through that in 10 minutes, but God, it was like giving birth. I actually felt the loss and the grief and we built that dream. We built a dream to finally have a house to live in instead of going wherever we could. And it's part of it's really heartbreaking to see it end. Another part says, no, this is a good thing. It's almost like a reset. And I feel terrible that I'm not there helping you do all that packing up because it's not really your thing. It's more my thing. But you're doing a good job.
Yeah.
Sort of. Yeah.
Sort of. What are you talking about? Just because I don't do it your way, we're polarities. Don't you remember? I mean, you do one way, I do it the other. You're organized, and I'm organized chaos. No, it's all good. Well, I think for me that was the important thing was to do it organically, not to force anything. You know, kind of like a lot of people are talking about now. I need to do something. I can't get any motivation. I know I need to do something, but all I can do is it's like you do it when it comes. So it kind of helped me, really. Eric was talking about that. Did you see Eric and Jinjin were on?
I came in just as they were saying goodbye, unfortunately.
Yeah. Well, he was talking in regard to how people are starting to exemplify a new, what do you call it? Like a new presence, in the new presence. So there's not the strategy, there's not the planning, there's not the framing up, there's not the schedule. It's this freestyle kind of open, organic thing that's occurring. And he was just pointing out that he sees that, with the show. And that's what this whole thing was for me. Like, how do you handle this? Well, you don't freak out, you don't attach, you don't resist. You just stay open in the moment. So it's a lot like the situation now. I got on at the beginning of the show, and everybody's like, where are you going? What are you going to do? Where are you going to go? I said, I'm going to put everything in storage tomorrow, and then I'm going to go get a hotel for a couple of nights, get with Morgan, and we'll wait for the guidance. That's how it works. The information's like our bank account. You don't have a savings. It just comes in what you need when you need it. Remind us to have a talk with your boss about that. Can we get a little slight change to that? No, I'm kidding. Yeah. So is there anything you want to say? Anything with message about, anything, whatever? No. Just like Morgan. Just like Morgan. That I will say this, the thing that you did that we did, but you initiated it, was the Soulogy, what would we call it? Soul Gathering a few days ago. That was extremely powerful. And the idea that people can sit in a space and be mostly in silence and to have validation and evidence that they're having common experiences and information and et cetera, is just mind blowing that we can do that.
That was me. There's a part of me who doesn't want to interfere in what you're going through and rob you of the opportunity of, working it out for yourself. But, as a wife, watching you go through all the pain you've been going through for weeks about leaving and not having a home and all that sort of stuff, I wanted to bring what I do, in my sessions or my circles, and do it in a really big way and try to help Sology. I thought, this big thing might happen, bring everyone together, ask everyone to share their dreams into that circle. And, by miracle, something's going to turn up in the next couple of days and Todd won't have to be going through so much. And look at that, all that power and everything that happened, and you're doing exactly what you're meant to be doing anyway.
Mm-hmm. Well, no, I mean, that was huge. For me, I was talking about other people too, but yeah, it was
the power of all those Sology people that came forth and shared that energy, as one. Yeah, it was absolutely incredible. But, I did it because I wished for you to have somewhere to stay so you would be more comfortable. And that's not what you're meant to be doing at the moment. That's become really obvious, like today.
Yeah. Did it become obvious to you? Okay. So I'm just going to wait for my orders. So, yeah, okay. Wait, I have one trick up my sleeve. So just give me 1 second, then we'll get out of here. You got a second?
Yeah, what are you going to do, though?
I'll show you.
Oh, the stuff from this morning. Our faces merged in the picture.
Oh, I wasn't going to do that, but you want me to? Hang on.
No.
Oh, no. Well, maybe we'll put that out a bit later. Hang on. Here we go. Okay. Let me just find what I'm looking for. Just take me a second. If I can remember my... Okay. God, I'm totally out of it. I don't even know what I'm doing. And I can't see and I have glasses on, which is even worse. Oh, fuck it. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, here it is. Okay, hang on. Okay. Hang on 1 second. Okay, here we go. Let's see if this works. And I can test the tech again as well.
I wish you'd tell me what you were going to do.
I'll show you. Can you see that?
Oh, please don't do that. I'm going.
Oh, don't go. I was just going to play.
Well, it's a really corny thing to do. Please don't do it.
Do you think it's corny?
Yeah, I do.
Do you do? Hang on. Actually, I don't think it's working anyway.
Good.
Yeah, it's not corny. You just don't want to. You don't want the. Yeah, it was pretty deep. I probably start crying. All right, so. Okay, well, here we go. May the 30th, 11/11. 11/11, and 11 years ago, Jesus came in the trees, and and that was an 11 year, and now it's a 22 year, which is a sacred union number. 22 is that's, and 11 is too, actually, from what I understand, what Catherine Kinney told us. So now it's 11/11, 11 years later. And I think that for all of us, it's going to be fucking amazing from here out. Absolutely amazing. I really believe that. And that's it. And other than that, I don't intend, once we come back together, that there's going to be any geographical separation ever again. And that's all there is to it. Even if I have to follow you in a car. If you want to go on a trip with your girlfriends, I'm going to have to... No, I'm kidding. No, I'm not. You got to say something.
Well, it's probably time for you to go and pack up that office. It's your last room to do, isn't it?
Yeah, basically.
My office. Go and pack up my office.
Well, it was your office. It was your office. It was your office. You should see it. It's spotless.
Oh.
It is. Can't you see? Yeah. Look at all that stuff that people send us. Isn't that amazing? People send us all this different stuff. Ray and God, I can't remember his name. What's our friend in Kauai? My God, I'm losing it. All right. Well, I guess we'll say goodnight. How's that?
All right. Andrew Rawlings' birthday is today. Yesterday for you. Yesterday for me, today for you. The 30th of May.
Sing happy birthday to him. You want to sing happy birthday?
No.
No?
Right. I've just sent it, like a did you get that, Andrew?
Yeah.
I just sent it telepathically.
Yeah, well, yeah, okay, so before we go, I just want to thank everybody for being a part of this. Because it, like Morgan says, like even when we did the Sology Soul Gathering a few days ago, it was funny because she said, we're going to be giving, everyone's going to be, whatever you want from yourself, what you would like Sology to do, or what do you want for Sology. And because Sology is everybody, they're actually giving themselves that, right? Which is the way it works. And that's actually the download I got when I was in Sedona, the one I had talked about when I was coming back from the store. They were showing me Franco as the center or whatever, but how it becomes an equal thing. When it goes in, comes right back. Goes in, comes right back.
That's interesting. I got told a few days ago, 2 nights ago, the most powerful thing that all of us could be doing at the moment is sending everything we have directly into the self. Like they explain, if you get together in a group and send it to Earth, Earth's going to receive it. But if you bring that into yourself, and you anchor and embody into the earth and carry it for the earth, it's far greater. So I haven't 100% got my head around that yet. And like, how do you do that? You know, shut down that service to others and become service to self in order to reset what service to others truly becomes.
Yeah. That's me. No, that was a snore. I'm gonna lay down. Yeah, but yeah, really. I mean, the thing is it's really the vortex is everybody. I told you this the other day. It's going to continue. We're not going to always be here. It's going to continue. It showed us that in 2018. It's its own consciousness. So, you know, everybody. I hope everybody feels that they're a part of this, because this is just a small mirror of the entire universe. Just keep on, you know, and it keeps expanding dramatically the last 28 days, by the way. So something's going on. All right. Well, I guess we'll have our move on to our date night. Well, thank you, everybody. Peace out.
Thank you, everyone.
All right.